Are you feeling in a nostalgic mood after a long day? Well, you've come to the right place. Hello, I'm Adam, and today we're going to be chilling in a long play, playing some Minecraft. Now, this world I haven't played for quite a long time. This is my realm that I always come back to every few months, I tend to say, and sort of binge for a bit and then leave, but it's sort of like a time capsule to me. It always comes back, and I just can't wait to chill in it for a few hours with you, if you'd allow me to. I hope that you are relaxing and are cozy and have all the snacks you want and are just feeling ready to chill out and allow me to take you on a journey. Throughout these, I do try and just speak as softly as I can and make sure there's no loud noises at any point throughout the video, so if you do drift off, you're not going to be awoken. And yeah, I'm just here for you, your companion in the dark. So, getting into Minecraft, we are currently in a spot in the world where I just finished doing a lot of building. So my girlfriend plays this as well. It's like our realm, and you may have seen in some of my first videos in this on this channel, I was actually playing around in this world, doing some mining and such like that. And yeah, I've basically been doing a lot of mining recently and doing a lot of building as well. This whole wheat farm here is very new. Trying to think. This blue house here, this like kind of brewery, it's a tough word to say. Up here was fairly new as well. I really liked how this came out. This took a long time to build, but yeah, we sort of came across this cove when we were just playing and searching for our dream location. I think it would have been, I want to say last summer or last Christmas. I can't quite remember. And yeah, like, you know, we just play it every so often, and it's just always so fun and so chill. So today, I'm going to be, for you eagle-eyed people watching this, noticing that spire up there, I'm planning on continuing to build our wizard house. That's honestly been in construction now for probably about a year, if we did start this world last summer. Rip Horsey, blown up but never forgotten. Horsey? I'm hoping that means Sir Radzig is fine. Have we got Sir Radzig? Yeah, okay, Sir Radzig is fine. Goodness, I thought we'd lost Sir Radzig for a second there. It's kind of sad actually. But yeah, there it is over there. I'm planning on getting all my inventory sorted out before we do that. Welcome to the humble abode, by the way. I actually really enjoyed making this house. It's quite cramped and, you know, it's not like a house forever, but I really just love the way it came out. As a sort of sea lookout starter house, I tried using different blocks and different pallets to just try and change it up a bit, because I always end up building the same stone brick spruce wood house, so yeah, I tried to change it up a bit. Got these copper golems going mental, as always, doing God's work. I think they're all getting a bit confused by the look of this chest. Now, I'm actually going to come down here and just whack all this away in here, because we need to do a big sort out anyway. So, I'm not in a big rush to sort it out right now. Let's see here. Don't need that, don't need that. Some bundles. The lava. Leave that there. I think I must have died as well because I've got a lot of random pieces of gear on me. That is for sure. High boots. Just in case. Definitely need to get some bread. Don't really need 2 buckets. Let's see here. I don't normally play on PC as well. I normally play on controller on console, so I'm enjoying the... I'm not sure whether vibrant visuals... I don't believe it's on right now, so I'll turn it on. Quick cut there. I was just sorting out the graphics, so we've got vibrant visuals on, which is fantastic. So, really, I want to go first, just go and check it out, see what we're dealing with, because honestly, I haven't been up there in quite a long time. So I think it'd be a good idea to go check it out. And just remind myself and you of what we'll be doing. It's sort of like the big, more endgame house, I was thinking. I've always wanted to make a wizard's house, so this was honestly it. And this was the place I wanted to do it, with an awesome view. Got my leather boots on, which is perfect. It's saving us right now. All this powdered snow. There we are. So, it's just sort of this big blue wooden feel for a house, really. It's still got a lot of thought to go into it before we get anywhere near done, but I think if we finish this part of the roof, that's a good start. And we'll work from there. Look at my footsteps, that's so cool. That's so cool. It's quite funny, when I made this eyeball, this big eyeball nether portal, it honestly, it took me so long, and it was like one of those where, I rarely really do it, but I took some inspiration from Pinterest, because I really wanted to make a really out there nether portal design, that kind of told a story, and I started trying to do it the way it was on Pinterest in the image, but it was just so complicated. You do just end up making your own thing anyway, you know, especially in survival, where you're kind of hanging around on water and scaffolding. So I ended up with that, and I was quite proud of it, to be fair. It's definitely unusual, don't get me wrong, but I'm very much in love with it. And isn't this a fantastic song? I do want to, one thing I want to do is get some food, and maybe some more spruce logs as well. I think some dark oak could definitely suit the situation quite a lot as well. I'm not to believe we don't have much food. Maybe it's all wheat at the moment. There we go, I got some bread in here. That'll do, that'll do. I've got my protein shake here. Hopefully you have something nice and comforting to drink yourself. I'm not sure how much wool we're going to need, but I'll take all of that, so we can't go wrong. It's already setting as well. I think what I might do is I'll set my bed in the green one, and then I'll look for a second bed to take up with me, just to avoid issues. Maybe I can probably just make one colour. Light blue or dark blue? Light blue. Oh, there's one right there. And one right there. Okay. Well, we got another one right here too. Yeah, I have a lot planned for this side as well. I think it's going to be a little bit less busy just because this side is quite busy, but in general. And we've got the camels as well, of which they are trying to escape. Toast. Should probably try and push Toast back in. I'm not sure how he's trying to get out. Go on, Toast. Oh, he's a little rascal, isn't he? Toast. Where's Toast going? No. Oh dear. I'm not very good at camel. How did he get up there? Maybe you can just hop there. I guess they are pretty big. Maybe I should take that back one. I'm gonna need a saddle, aren't I? Gonna need a saddle. Can't take the one from the grave. Let's have a look. And there we go. Have a quick sleep to avoid accidents. I'm pretty sure it's saddles they take, isn't it? Camels. This is the fun thing with worlds like this, is like, the more you add to them and the more you work on them, the more little side things you randomly find yourself doing. Come on, Toast. Naughty boy. There we go. And we'll keep the saddle on him. Goodness me. But yeah, this it's pretty cool. It's like a tree, and then it goes up into the eye. Got a little bubble column. In theory. Or at least it should work. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. Normally it just sends you up. The soul sand's there, so it should. Maybe it's a bug. I'm unsure. But yeah, it sends you up to the top, which is pretty nice. And as you can see, I was just experimenting a lot building in this world so far with just weird blocks that I wouldn't normally. Because why not, you know? It adds to the charm. And it's the joy of not just following random tutorials and just doing your own thing. It's definitely good to get guidance. It's just like drawing, right? Like, it's nice to have things to look at, help guide you, but at the end of the day, the real joy comes from figuring it out yourself, like so many other things in life. So Minecraft building is honestly just real life. That's all there is to it. Here we go. So it's kind of patchy with the colours. So if I just try and remember that. Trying to think. I can't remember what the button is to... Ooh, that's not the one. Yeah, it's F5. There we go. Maybe it's not a good idea. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. What do you reckon? Fairly natural looking. So I can just go into the mountainside, I guess. And then we'll build the next layer. Should probably destroy that. And then it looks like it's... two. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and it's just the right sort of tempo for you. I'll have moments throughout this where we just more quiet, and other moments where I might speak a little more. Honestly, it just depends on the mood, you know? The music and it's the vibes. Sometimes I might need to concentrate on the house, you never know. That's that layer done, I believe. Perfect. I keep opening my menu on accident. I'm very good at doing stuff like that. I'll do that again. It's probably like watching your parent try and play a video game, sometimes watching me. AKA painful. Okay. And then we'll go 2 again, I suppose. To be honest, like, I thought, you know, Minecraft always gets me in the mood. I don't know if it's the music or what, just to talk about your emotions, you know. And honestly, recently, I've just been feeling so stressed for like no reason. Right now it's summer break, summer holiday. I've come back from uni, and minus some disadvantages of moving home in my life, it's just, you know, it's been very quiet, and I've had so much time to spend doing things that most people would never get the time to do. You know, people who work full time and get very little holiday. I've been very blessed to have this time while I'm at university to do stuff like this, you know. Spend loads of time on videos and making games like I have been and all that jazz, but honestly, I think there comes a level of pressure of knowing that I've been struggling with a lot for a while. Because you don't want to really not make the most of that time that you get while you're still like kind of a kid, you know, to try and build your own business or figure out what you enjoy, you know, before the corporate ladder comes in and takes it all from you, you know. Try and find yourself before you might settle down and have a family and all that jazz. And, you know, so I've been trying to figure that out, but I just found it quite a stressful process. Quite often. I just find myself overthinking it a lot. Which is no bad thing, because ultimately it shows I care, and if you've ever been in something similar, feeling a similar way, you know, you probably know that often it does lead to good results. Like if you care, then you're gonna work harder and you're gonna be more successful. But it's also the balance of just trying to enjoy the fact that I'm in my early 20s and I know that, you know, I'm not gonna be this age again. My friends aren't gonna be the same again. Life is never gonna be perhaps as simple again. It's a scary thought, you know. Like, the thought of change and the thought of not making the most of now is just scary. And it's just had me down a bit. And it's particularly in times when it's meant to be the opposite that I find it hits me most, you know, whether it be a holiday like Christmas or a big break like summer. Those are the times when you should be making the most of it, I find myself overthinking it the most and struggling with it the most, and the weight of it. Not everyone is, you know, as thinky as that about this sort of stuff. A lot of people just appear to, anyway, just go through life and enjoy it and just don't think about it too much, don't work too hard, just take stuff at face value and keep going. But I don't know, I like to always know I've got a purpose and always know that I'm contributing somewhere, doing something that's like bigger than myself. And so trying to like balance that with knowing that I'll only be this age once, I just find tough. And I've been finding especially tough recently. And I feel like it's going to take me a while to really figure it out properly. I'm struggling to kind of think of what wood, or like what wall, what to use for the wood. I mean, we could use like a stone, like a andesite or a dark stone. I should have quite a lot of stone from the quarry. It's kind of hard to tell. I think we wouldn't want something too dark. Maybe like andesite and cobble. I suppose. Yeah, I think like a nice grey like that would be cool. Because we could use wood, but I just feel like it doesn't really work for a wizard's house, you know? It doesn't give off the vibe that it should. So let's go get some stone and we'll come back. But yeah, I've really been grinding out my game dev a lot. I took a gap year last year before I started at university, and I sort of worked pretty much full time, and it was during that year because I got a promotion, which basically meant I was working 40-hour weeks, just like a cafe. But I just found it like so mentally taxing, and like I'd get home and I just had no energy to like create my own artwork and create and like express myself beyond just live as a zombie. And I like was honestly really struggling with that for a long while. And I stayed for the money because I needed money and I wanted to earn money, and the promotion was, you know, was great for my confidence and for my professional progression. So I can fit. Let's see. But ultimately, after that, I was left with nothing really. I'd luckily dropped out of university that year before I got that job. Got the promotion to study at university, and I dropped out because, crazy enough, I wanted to be a game developer. I was like, I don't want to be distracted, I just want to go full throttle, become a game developer. So that's what I did. I dropped out and I started working on that. And ever since, really, minus that time working at that job, I've been hard grafting, trying to not let down that side of me that quit university when it was going well to pursue, well, going well, I'm not so sure, but to pursue something that meant something to me. I've always had that side of me, you know. It's been like a year and a half, nearly 2 years since I made that decision, and I find myself setting so much pressure on myself to perform and make that work and make it become a viable way of life. You know, like I'm not expecting it to ever completely pay for my bills. Like I'm forever going to be more than happy to work more than one job, but I want that to like be part of what I do, you know. So yeah, totally doable, right? But man, since doing it, like I've got really good. Like I've made about 9 games. I've progressed a lot in my skill and my ability to make good games, but God, like it's been so mentally taxing. That is for sure. And that's definitely one thing that I have struggled with an absolute ton. Because as I've been going on, making them, I've been setting myself more and more pressure to make it work. Because the more time I've been doing it, the more amount of times when someone's asked me, what are you doing? I've had to say, oh, this is what I'm doing, and then try and explain myself. But it would be nice to just be proud of what I'm doing, you know? Feels like it's hard to do that sometimes. When it just feels like a pipe dream. You know, even if you do meet someone who says, oh, that's really cool, you ultimately just feel a bit silly anyway, because it just feels for nothing. So I've just been really recently realizing that the pressure has been ruining me, and I just wanted to, I've still got a lot of energy to work on things and do things, but I've realized I want that energy to go elsewhere sometimes, right? So not always making games, also helping people out, maybe making videos like I am now, or just spending more time with friends, or looking after my body better, or whatever it is. That's what I've like really been trying to knuckle down on recently, which has definitely worked. Like, it's got a lot better, but like I said earlier, like coming back for summer, it's like made me realize, like, man, because I was just grinding it out all year, saying no to everything, really, just working and working, because I swore to myself, I'd promised myself I'd make it work. And yeah, to be like here now, still feeling like we're a long way away from getting to where we want to be, becoming the game developer that I want to be. It's like, it sucks, it's tough, and it's just more the realization recently that I want to still live my best life, you know, and not be a slave to my own dream, ultimately. So, yeah. It's a journey, it's a blessed journey. Not many people get to say that they have been going through a struggle because their dream has been making them act up and feel bad, but you know, ultimately it's where I've been at, and I made the hard decisions to put myself in this amazing position, but I missed it. Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier, really, for me. I just want to know that my effort that I put into this sort of stuff matters and makes a difference, and when I make a game, someone out there is genuinely gonna like play it and enjoy it. So for a while I've been trying to be money minded and make it work as a living, and I think ultimately it's the wrong way to approach it. I've had all 9 of my games be paid games. You have to pay, often not much, it's only like 10p or 20p, 50p to play them, but it's always been that little paywall. And realistically, how many people really want to pay for a mobile game? Not that many. Like, even if it is just 10p, there's so many great free games out there, so literally just as recently as the last few days, I've been starting to transfer my games to a freemium sort of situation, where they're free and you can just pay to not have ads, basically. Just so that I can have more people enjoying what I work so hard for, you know. Ideally, I wouldn't have ads in my games, but I've always said I'm not doing ads because I'm against them, but ultimately, beggars can't be choosers. You know, I feel like I'm in that position where I don't really have a choice a lot of the time. So, what am I doing right now? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using the wrong blocks. Yeah, it's tricky. It's been a tricky balance, and I'm just trying to take it all a little bit less seriously, but still have the same intent as I always have to make it work. And it's why I'm just kind of branching out a bit and trying out, for instance, this, you know, this is something I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. Like, hasn't everyone, you know, wanted to try out a bit of YouTube and see how it goes? And I just thought, you know what? Why not? I've got all this energy, and okay, it probably won't ever get anywhere, and it'll probably be a waste of time, but it's summer, and I'm in a blessed situation, so I'm gonna try it, you know? And I can't lie, so far I'm just really enjoying it. I'm not sure I want this to be a layer. I think I want this further back by one. I reckon. So yeah, I've just been trying to make the most of it, but sometimes it does feel hard, and it does feel tricky to put yourself in the position to try these things out, because life's so much more complicated than trying to just chase your dreams, you know? There's so many factors that just make stuff like this way more complicated than you'd think. So here we are, anyway, enjoying some Minecraft. It literally could not be better, you know? It could all be so much worse than what it is. I missed it again. Should probably light this all up, really. It's probably a bit risky, not. I guess what I could do is, it's a bit wild, but oh no, I can't. The wall will take me out. They're not worth the risk anyway. But if you've got anything that you want to share or any thoughts about that, please do let me know down below. If you've ever been in anything similar, or maybe you've got a bit of hindsight for me that you can give me. I feel like my situation is just very particular, and I struggle to like see who to look up to and who to try and aim to be, you know. Because I think ultimately who I'm trying to be is someone who's unique. And that is a downside of that. But I'm not sure, you know, whether I'm someone that I want to be right now, what I'm doing. I don't know if it's what I really want to be doing. So, ow, I'm gonna die. So that's just tricky. But please do let me know if you've got any thoughts on that down below. I would really, really appreciate it. Get rid of that one last one. I mean, hopefully this isn't looking too shabby. I reckon one more layer. I'll eat some bread. Let's have a look. We'll get back up there now. Should probably chop down this tree. I think we might cover it in vines at some point. I do like the idea of that. This game's so peaceful though. I hope you are relaxed and just breathing, you know. That's what these moments are for. Just breathing, thinking, sleeping, just resting. Just make sure if you are thinking, it's making you smile. Otherwise, I guarantee you by the morning, you question why you ever thought about it. Why you ever bothered. Easier said than done, but just look after yourself out there. This bread's going down quickly. Might need to go and do a farm. I definitely got a little bit of OCD when it comes to this game. I sort of realise that every time I play. I feel like this block palette works pretty well though. Awesome. I think one big benefit of putting yourself through stressful, sad, and tough times is I think it really helps you understand what it is that makes you feel like you, makes you feel happy. And I think it's probably the purest sign of growth that you're ever going to get, right? Because if you find that out, which for me, I did find some things out about myself this year that like in my let's see here, but like in my loneliness, you'd only really find out about yourself through loneliness, you know. And it was like realizing how powerful walking is, like hiking, exploring, going on adventures. I think I'm gonna. That was a massive thing for me, you know, even if it's just sitting by the beach rather than going for a proper big hike. Just being out in nature, like I've touched on before. I just think it's the best thing you could possibly do for yourself, at least for me. And I always sort of knew that, but I never truly appreciated it until I hit those dark spots. And I sort of figured that out. And I know that that's something that I'm now going to take with me. It sounds really simple, and it's like, oh, we have that everywhere though. Like, it doesn't really matter if you realise that or not, but I think it does, because I'm going to keep that realisation now for the rest of my life. And because of it, I'm going to go on so many more adventures than I ever would have otherwise. And so, I've traded some tough times for already. I've had some great adventures since, but in the future as well, even more great times that I'd otherwise have never exposed myself to, you know. And through that I might meet new people that I would go on adventures with that I'd never have become friends with or met otherwise, and that could change your life, you know. It might change my life, and I think that's just awesome. I think it's so cool. Monsters nearby. I think it's cool that you can go through such problems and come out the other side with an even better life than you did going in. I'm a Wolves fan, and out of darkness cometh light could not be more true, you know? Out of darkness does come light. You just gotta keep fighting, hanging in there. And it's kind of the faith I'm holding on to right now, you know, with my games and with trying to put myself out there. It can be really tough some days, and you see no progress some days despite hours of work you put in, endless dedication. But that's the darkness, right? If you keep fighting, you keep going, even if you get no metric value in the end from it all anyway, you're gonna get so much personal value from it because you know that you tried to fulfill, in my case, fulfill my dream. I tried. I can say I tried it and it didn't work, and I can move on to something else, or I can move on to just living but knowing that I tried, you know. And I think that's invaluable, and that's something that I'm only gonna have the honour to do in the period of life that I'm in right now, with the time that I have right now, where I'm not weighed down by responsibilities and everything like that. So yeah, trying to think. We're gonna want like a corridor. I think I'm gonna bring it in by one. so that I can bring this wall in one by one, so it just feels a little bit more airy in the corridor without us actually noticing a difference. And maybe tighten it. Boom. All this snow is going to be fun to dig up at some point. I mean, at times, honestly, it feels like being mentally tortured, like being the age I am, and yet being so worried about these things. Feeling like, why can't I just be thinking in a normal way someone my age would? But I think it's a blessing in disguise to be so aware of time and energy and life, you know. Even if my idea is silly, I think it still makes me someone different, someone unique, and I think that's a great thing. Yeah. It's taken quite a lot of brick, to be fair. But luckily we did a lot of digging, so it works. I'm pretty sure it's not a bad choice of stone. We are going to make it nice and bright, eventually. It's just a case of getting the basics down first, the walls, and all that jazz. I mean, I've been putting off this project for a long time, so at this point, if it goes horribly wrong, it's just this what it is, you know? We tried our best. I think this is sort of our natural height right here. So let's assert some dominance with some dark oak. Thanks. Definitely need some torches. So I mean, from here we can then work on windows, making it all bright. Once we know where the floor's going to be. Could definitely make a few different floors, but I'll just focus on the one for now. Take this down. Probably needs to cut back one. There we go. Not sure where the door's gonna be just yet. I feel like I'm right here. How's it looking? We need some more food anyway. It does look kind of sad, but I think as a base layer it'll work. I just think we'll need to add something to the grey, like wooden details maybe. I'll have a think. No bed in here. Happy days. I mean, it's looking more together now. I'd guess degrees. Yeah, I mean, it looks more storytelling. Looks like perhaps someone would live there. I'm not sure if it's going to be our base yet, but just from the way it's shaping up to be so far, but definitely proud of it. It's just tricky knowing what to do. Right, let's get some wheat, shall we? Much needed bread. I actually love recording these styles of videos. Just something so peaceful about it. So wholesome. And just honest, you know. Because I'd honestly, on an evening like this, I'd just be doing this anyway, you know. And I'd be having these exact same thoughts. But just not speaking them out loud. And honestly, it's nice to say them out loud, even if it is just to yourself. It's just nice. I reckon we should probably take some chests up there with us as well. We're full on wheat. I'm going to take it as a sign. I think wool wise, we can probably put some of the wool back. Get some chests. just the one for now. That'll probably be fine. Do some lighting. Make another one, just in case. Off we go. I think a lot of it's honestly just going to be digging now. And placing wood. Maybe it's worth planting some dark oak trees. If we have any saplings. There we go. I think ideally eventually there'll be like a cool way to get up there. Not just like a roller coaster, but I love to do like slime launches over there or something. Pistons and slimes, but I think that would take some engineering. For now, we must climb like a goat. That rabbit is massive. Crazy. Can we are? I think 100% this is going to be like one big window. Or at least it's going to go out onto a big grand balcony. Like, it is not going to be claustrophobic in here. That is for sure. I will not allow it. Look at this for a sunset. This is going to be one of those things where honestly the interior is probably going to be more important than the exterior. Which honestly most builds aren't normally like that. Honestly, it's just down to the floor. It's just going to be getting the right glass. It's going to be fun. Oh, excuse me. Trying to think about how best to do this next bit. This is the kind of place where I'd imagine the ice wizardologer to be the one that was in the mob vote many years ago. That would have been cool. Sounds like a creeper's drowning. Slightly terrifying. Well, I'm going to build a crafting table. I think the outdoor appearance just needs like some dark oak on it, maybe. I think that would probably work the best. For that, I need dark oak. So, there's only one way for it. I need to go grab my bones. Alrighty. Got some bone meal. Where I'm off to. There we go. Hopefully it'll embarrass some saplings. That's what we need right now. Come on, saplings. 1, 2. Only 2. Oh wait, never mind. Lots. Very nice. Getting full, getting full. So I think the dark oak is ultimately going to save it. I'm looking mid, I believe. I do hope you're relaxing and you're cozy and you're comfy and that you're enjoying this long play so far. I do apologise if some of my long plays do seem a little too short. I am just finding that my room, where I record, it gets so hot if I'm like sat here playing the game on my PC for too long. It just gets like unbearably warm, and eventually I have to just go and like sit outside just to like get away from it, because this summer heat has been crazy. Actually crazy. So yeah, but I'm trying to put out 2 a week, so hopefully it makes up for it. And just, yeah, trying to keep it fun and original. That's what we're all about. Awesome. Right, let's go back up to the top and start adding some detail. Now, it's one of them, I mean, it's quite far up the mountain and it's kind of hard to look at the exterior, but yeah, the roof being the main attraction, but I do want to try and at least make the walls presentable. Make them look fancy enough. So we'll add a bit of detail to them, a bit of a dark hue to them with the dark oak. Very long strips, so it's going to be fun. See what we're working with, shall we? On the stairs, they're very bulky. Just gotta try and make it look as higgledy-piggledy as we can. How does that look? Bit of a weird pattern, but and then maybe we use spruce once we hit the lighter bit. I have pillagers. I have not had pillagers in ages. Do this end. I think they're in the basement, which is perfect. Means we have to deal with them. I'm definitely going to get a little bit confusing, but it's going to be worth it. Creeper stuck. Whoa. I'll fall down there in a hurry. Ow. Yeah. Ouch. Creeper as well. I'm not sure where my bed's gone. It's not looking good, Chief. Just trying to build, eh? Just trying to build. Viva la creative. No. I've always been about building in survival because there's something about it. Knowing you like harvested every block that you use. It's just very full. Our experience is very full and very rewarding. Feels like an even bigger achievement when you build something cool. I have no idea whether what we're building looks cool, but I'm trying to do a bit of gradienting and all that jazz. Just for fun. Isn't this game beautiful though? Absolutely beautiful. To be fair, I think once it's... The gradient looks kind of cool. Once we get the windows in, I feel like it may look hopeful. Ouch. No full damage on scaffolding. I didn't know that. I think it's looking pretty decent. We just need more spruce wood. Perfect. And we'll need some more dark oak as well. No, I've already got dark oak. And a bed. Sleep. think of this wizard house so far, and what you'd add, or what you'd not do. Let me know. Down a layer here, I reckon. To be fair, I'm digging it so far. It's slow, slightly painful, but it looks kind of cool, being all messy and jacked up. I quite like it. Put the windows in and I think it'll look alright. my plan is to have this walkway, this corridor, go through into a grand cavern down below in the mountain. With cool views coming out the mountain down to the village. And this sort of acts as the hub, really. I think really I probably want this to be like my storage area, because once I get elytras and stuff like that, here would be a very useful place to fly to, as it's high up. I mean, how pretty this game is. Glorious. Actually glorious. Well, I reckon we should try and maneuver the windows. I feel like there'd be a cooler way of doing the windows. I might just do like blades of glass rather than full glass. Just so it's easy to fly in and fly out. I'm thinking. So let's go and do that today. Thinking maybe just blue. As always, hope you're relaxed right now. And if you're not, stop doing whatever's making you not feel relaxed and just breathe. You owe yourself that. Glass. I'm not sure we have glass, because I think I'm the only one who'd really have had it if we did have some. I'm going to use some lapis as the dye, because we've got loads of it. Is that not what a blast furnace is for? Smelting sand. It's raining. One thing I do really love about this world is this little shrine that my girlfriend built. Dedicated to axolotls. It's quite funny, they're all in buckets because they'd all just swim away. It's so cute. Look at this. Got the hat. So nice. Got the beehives on the end, on the edge. Make these into panes and then dye them and place them down in streaks. Is the plan. Just gonna look through the box for any inspiration. Maybe a few dripstone would be cool. I see, just some fences might be useful. Dark ones as well. Yeah, building this was a nightmare. The biggest nightmare was the roof. Like having this all down, dangling, all different heights. By the end of it, I was very proud, and honestly, half of it I built pretty drunk, so that probably helped things. Should probably hide that a bit better, but... And this. I noticed all the imperfections, but... Yeah, we just kind of went YOLO with it. All sorts of randomness everywhere. Definitely need a storage sort out. Yeah, I actually love it. It's just so unique, you know. Got a little chick under here. Chica. Chica the little chick. Pippin under here. Named after... What's his surname? Peregrine Took. That's it. Named after the man himself. Or the Hobbit, I should say. Here we go. So we got some glass coming in. I believe it's 6 pieces, so we'll take 30. That should be fine. Make all that into panes. Or make them when we're up there. I don't want to make too many just in case. Just a bit of like extra decoration. Because on the exterior it looks cool. There's definitely a few creep holes that need fixing at some point too. There's a few things that I want to fix. I love how in this version of the game the trees go white when it's snowing. It's so cool. It makes up here feel so like atmospheric. It's honestly really nice to actually make progress on this. Even if it could be better. Make some more. Just adds a bit of like swaz, which is what we want. We might add a few fences just here and there as well. Maybe mix and match them a little. I think this suits the wizarding vibe. Excuse me. I'm gonna try and I think it's nice having the roof though. I guess really it should come down. I'm gonna go get some more wool and then bring the roof down. Let's not die stupidly. I think it looks cool. In its own way. I think the logs look a little bit too long and skinny. But I don't really know what to do about that right now. It's kind of just part of it, you know? How's it look from the side? It's really hard to tell without an elytra. I could fly on the ghast. It's the closest I could get. Looks better. Better than it was when we started today, that's for sure. And the exterior still needs some work, but I'm starting to like how the interior's looking. Which is honestly huge, because we had minimal space to work with, really. I'm gonna try and light up the roof. Right, let's try and patch up a few of these little bits. What the fuck? No way. How's that happening? Can't believe it. It's almost as if it was done like through the roof. Ow. Got a stray on me as well. I think I met my least favourite ones. Yes. So I need to light up the area better. It's not very well lit. It's my own fault. Save myself heartbreak in the future. It's definitely a problem. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't fall on my head. Ouch. So that is for next time. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world. If you've made it this far, you've helped me out so much just by watching. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope to see you in another one. Please do feel free to check out my other long plays. I will be back on Minecraft for sure at some point. So yeah, thank you so much. Please do check out my games if you have the time, and drop a subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, comment something about what I've talked about this evening, or even just talking about how random one of your dreams were. I really don't mind, if you're awake of course. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.